cause you're a mess. Ayy, can't keep my pants. Ayy, my bitch don't love me no more. Ayy, she kick me out on life, bro. Ayy, that's don't wanna be friends.
Push it up, and it makes it nice and clean. And put more cylinders, more hairs in the head. As I go and transition to the side here, you will notice that it is now horizontal. The reason for this is the sides are always weaker. The main reason is because it's lacking so much of a hairline that's in the back. Always, also around the hairline, it's always going to be more of a fragile type of hair just because of that transition on the head. So when I'm working towards the front, I'm working with a horizontal, always on the sides here. So horizontal on the side, and then I transition in the back. Everything is laying right next to each other. It's slightly away from the scalp. You have enough room to give. She could throw her hair up if she wanted to. It's not going to harm her. Horizontal on the side. Again, that deep U in the back, allowing me to add more space for my next row. To add a little bit of that dimension into her hair through here, I started off with solid blonde, and as I work up, I'm slowly introducing those darker to mid colors. Horizontal, and it's still U-shaped in the back. This is going to be the last row that I do side by side with no natural hair in between. As I go to the next row in the back, I'll start to space out my cylinders to allow that natural to come through. On the sides, I will always stay horizontal. install. I wanted to point out on my last row here, my row number 5, she does have a heavy side part on this side over here. So I have raised the section on this side a little bit higher than it is on the other side to help compensate for that weight difference from her heavy part to her not heavy part. So on this side here, I'm still horizontal, side by side with no natural hair in between. But as I go back through here, you'll notice I have now spaced it out. My row number 4, it's 1 cylinder space apart. My row number 5, it's almost 2, leaving that space there to allow that natural hair to come through. Once I finish my application, what I like to do is I like to go back row by row and just double check my sectioning and my cylinders. As you're going through, sometimes you can get tiresome, so you just want to go back through, ensure that everything is nice and tight so that they don't have any fallout as they come back. Now that I'm finished with the install, I'm going to go ahead and do the haircut. When you're haircutting with extensions, typically you want to use a feather razor because it helps give you those rough edges as you're going through it because it's nice and perfect. So it's going to help mirror that client's natural texture. So you will notice that my client here, my model, has more of a horizontal line. So I am just going to carve out on this top layer just to help it diffuse within the extensions. I'm going to do that last because I'm going to create that layering effect. And it starts to disappear within the extensions. So what I'm doing now is I am noticing I can still see her structured line. So I'm going to go to her in between on where that line is appearing and help carve out right in between. You have that nice perfect application. It's easy to section and get out of the way. So I'm going to finish up her haircut and then I'm going to get to styling.